This NFL Game of the Year Picks edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Edge Boost, the bank account built for better. Sign up today at edgeboost.bet with promo code SGPN and get a $25 deposit bonus.
What's up, everybody? You're watching SGPN. Fuck the Cowboys. Let's go, baby.
Cox. He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Ooh, welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Sean?
Yes.
Hello. How are
What's
you?
happening? We get to talk NFL.
Well, and I have, I think it was on a show. I don't remember if CJ was here with us, but we were having a conversation about the city of Chicago.
Ooh.
What's going on with CJ?
Joining us.
Sorry.
I'm here. I'm
joining us in studio. You know him, you love him. CJ Sullivan, aka the man in the box.
I don't think, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, CJ was not here.
No, I
Okay.
was not, because I'm the Prince of Chicago,
Yeah.
so I would have been a helpful participant in this conversation.
So my statement was essentially that the Bears are not the number one team in Chicago, and Sean pushed back a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, Chicago's the uniting team. The Bears are the uniting team in Chicago because Cubs and Sox are split.
Yeah. Good point, CJ.
Bulls and Hawks are split, but everyone's a Bears fan in Chicago.
Yeah. Agreed.
So I would have to lean more towards the Bears are Chicago's team.
I've gotten 3 DMs.
Okay.
2 were passionate, long paragraphs telling me how I was wrong. One
Sounds about right.
One was completely agreeing with me.
And what was he saying?
Yeah.
Who
What
is
was
the team?
What was the theory on the one that's agreeing
if
with
not
you?
the Bears?
I'm sure he's a Cubs fan.
His theory was the Cubs.
Yeah, his
The
point.
Cubs are the city's team,
His points.
no matter what the White Sox fans say.
Yeah.
But he
But see, even within there,
but
there's
also,
a rivalry.
He also said that he was kind of doing the at their peaks.
Mm-hmm.
Now he claimed to be. I went back for more information on this one. He claimed to be a 52-year-old male.
Okay.
Lived in Chicago his whole life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Said at their peaks, nothing beat the Bulls in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean,
90s Bulls, sure. But I think if you just say right now,
right.
Bears are the team.
I could see reacting to the argument of like peak, because I would say the same thing about New York and the Knicks.
Yeah.
The highest peak a team in New York has is the New York Knicks peak. For whatever reason, it's a hard.
Well, but also too, Michael Jordan, greatest basketball player of all time. That's kind of almost unfair.
It was peak Michael Jordan.
True.
Nike Town was built on Michigan Avenue. Like,
Yeah.
there was a whole movement going on there. But to Kramer's point, you're right. When the Knicks are peaking, that has the highest ceiling, and when the Bulls were doing what they're doing, I mean, that was a rock star show. It was insane, and so it was more of like an experience than anything.
I mean, yeah,
but it's not the. But the reason why I wouldn't say it's the number one team is because when the Knicks are bad and when the Bulls are bad like that, you can drop it, and you don't have to take the lows. When the Bears are bad, you have to take the lows
Yes.
in. There's no going away from the Bulls from the Bears.
Well,
you know?
and I think that's the biggest thing that's changed also since the 90s is the NFL has become much more popular.
Right. That's
And
true.
Much more of like whether it's fantasy football or gambling. The Bear. I can only imagine the culture of sport in a city like where we all grew up. Now, like redoing it now as a kid, what it must be like.
Right.
I can't imagine it being much different because gambling and all that shit was happening already. But it does seem like the NFL's explosion has, I would assume, only assisted.
Yeah. Now the only correct answer to that Chicago question is the correct answer is mine, of course. And that Cubs fan,
Yeah.
like most Cubs fans, they missed the point. They missed the point of the question. Yes, Cubs is the team over the White Sox, no matter what. But that wasn't the question.
No.
Who's a better baseball team? And Cubs fans are like that. But that's what brings to my point. Everyone is a Bears fan, no matter what. Cubs fans and Sox fans, they hate each other. It doesn't matter whose team is better. It's a class warfare, really. And Cubs fans are douchebags.
Yeah, and if upon further reflection,
Yeah.
I do think the current circumstances of what's happening with the team, movement of the team, all of that also adds a little bit to the fragility. Now they have a franchise quarterback and an exciting offensive coach, so I'm sure right now.
No, I think it's always a Bears town. Now, yeah, if you have Michael Jordan, sure, that slightly changes things, but otherwise they're a Bears town.
I mean, it's insane how much they talk about the '85 Bears, which is now 40 years ago.
There's a whole sketch. Dicka's a saint.
Completely agree. Not going to argue any of that. I'm just saying I've been over the last 20. I've had maybe a half dozen trips to the city of Chicago during sports season, like the football, basketball, hockey.
And what was the biggest?
I never felt like I was in a football town.
Right.
I felt like I was in a hockey town. I felt like I was in a basketball town.
I'm glad you visited.
But the Bears sucked.
When did you feel like you visited Chicago and you felt
all winter? So end of the season for NFL.
Felt like you were
when
in
the
a
season was already over.
If you're in the city when a game lets out, you definitely feel that vibe that you don't. Not every city has that. Like LA doesn't have that. Like riding the red line back to Hollywood after a Lakers game.
No, you're amazing. With all due respect to your visiting and seeing the agricultural tour and all of that, I lived there for 15 years.
Fine.
Yeah,
that's fine. Well, I wasn't sharing your perspective.
It sounds like you're almost admitting you're wrong, but you're not quite there yet.
What do you mean?
Bears are the team in Chicago.
No,
you didn't feel like a sports town when you were there?
No. Oh no. I definitely a sports town.
Okay.
I said I felt more energy like around the Bulls and the Blackhawks than the Bears.
It depends on the season, but no, it's definitely
this would have been
the Bears. You understand the Bears have been awful forever.
I think that's part of it.
But they're still the Bears. And what you're saying with that sketch, they still have that delusion where they're an amazing fan base because
there is a delusion.
They have such a delusion every year where they come in and then they can't believe it when they're dropped, and then they're like, oh yeah, that's right, we do suck. So it's an amazing thing they fall.
They definitely are that fan base that has so much hype.
Right.
And last year with Hard Knocks, Caleb Williams, the rookie, just added to it. Then they crash.
Right.
Then they have this like self-hating, loathing.
They fall for it every year.
Whereas like teams in the Northeast, when they're bad, they start out cynical, they stay cynical. I mean, people are wanting, Jalen Hurts bench, Nick Sirianni fired. Meanwhile, they win the Super Bowl MVPs.
Right.
But the Bears, the optimism flows eternal until there's like late in the year.
It's odd because it has that positivity of Midwesterners.
Yes.
But they're the king of the Midwesterners, the biggest city there. So they have that braggadocious.
They have the cynical cynicism of a city later on.
It's a big city and they're braggadocious, but yet they're naively positive as well. So it's a great combination. It's a fine question. I wouldn't say Bulls.
The Cowboys and the Bears aren't that far off from one another.
No, that's sexist. There's no need to throw slander.
Regret. I say all this to say, and so I'm obviously not going to bring up two long DMs that were telling me how wrong I was. If I was not willing to admit that I might be a little wrong,
it's okay.
But I say all this to say on June 9th, which I can only imagine why I picked June 9th on our shared calendar. I have a meeting invite that just all day from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. It says Bears regression. So,
but were the Bears even regression back to being good? Because I set a booby trap. What was their? I feel like their expected wins, they were probably below it.
Yeah,
I mean they lost on a Hail Mary.
I agreed, and now I'm reading this like, damn, I'm glad I set this trap for myself because I'm already feeling good. Like this Bears team could definitely be a team that takes a step forward in that division. Anyway,
well, perfect transition.
So sorry to Chicago, but I still, my personal experience has led me to believe that football is not your priority.
Now that I can get behind. If you're talking about what team is most, but I like saying that the football is just not their priority.
Is their priority.
Yeah, that's true.
At Kramer centric, all the Bears fans.
I'm also deep dish pizza. Like if I was ranking styles
Here
of
we
pizza,
go.
Right.
You're really
You already
veering off. I mean,
have Green Bay coming at us now.
derailing.
Chicago.
if I was
Shout out to the
ranking
Bronza.
types of pizza,
Okay.
Oh, this is
deep dish pizza. It's not a tier 1 pizza. It's not making the all pro.
Can you talk with your hands while doing
No.
this? You do have a pizza
Yeah.
peel.
I can't talk with my
Oh,
pizza
that's
peel.
why. That's why you don't like deep dish, because it would crack your pizza peel. It can't
Yeah.
have either.
That
It
thing
can't
would-
handle
that
the
thing,
weight.
That thing would snap in
bacon.
half. That thing would
bacon.
snap in half. You probably have no idea what a cheese pull is. The problem is that the deep dish pizza can't be compared to New York pizza. It's two
No,
different items.
different
That's
pizza.
all.
It's a lasagna.
But
It's Taco Bell and Mexican.
But
food.
what you were talking about, well, that's not what I was saying. But what you're talking about, it seems like you're about to throw some other cities in there, like I don't know, God forbid, a St. Louis with their cracker crust
Oh,
or
yeah.
something insane. Although I will say, low key, Detroit is actually Chicago pizza done right. It's
I was
I
gonna
do,
say-
I do like.
and it's,
Yeah,
and it's
I like
light.
the Detroit.
Two pieces won't knock you out for the weekend like they do in Chicago. But in Chicago's defense, they don't eat deep dish pizza. They do it for out of towner tourists. They do it just to punish them, almost kind of like Malort liquor, just to punish them.
So you got to do it. You're in Chicago.
Why?
Yeah, no,
Why-
they do tavern style. They do pea pods. They do things like that, which is the bar style.
I'll say this though, for a little advice.
Yeah.
You are going to get a deep dish pizza. Get the little personal one that's like, it looks so tiny, you feel emasculated ordering it. Trust me, it's enough. There's no it should be illegal to sell an 18-inch deep dish
A lot of
pizza.
Chicago traditions are just pranks we do for tourists.
Old mob tricks.
Yes.
All right, we're here talking NFL Game of the Year, which means
I'm wet.
just going
One
through.
more time.
I mean, yeah,
And Sean,
it is. This is just awesome.
We-
I'm wet.
The only thing better is if it was Marv Albert, but still Kevin Harlan saying,
I'm wet.
we did it, and maybe we can bring Coach Gruden in for a little
I want better fucking execution.
pre-show.
Yeah.
getting everyone
man.
fired up.
Oh man, I can't wait till football season's all the way back, and all the folks that turn us off in the off season get to hear Gruden being part of the show.
Oh, it's gonna be awesome.
He's gonna be with us all season too. Excited.
He is.
Pre-announcement.
We're almost in June. I mean, this is go time.
This is when the real people lock in.
I
And
was
the NFL,
fully erect watching highlights.
going through the NFL Game of the Years was a super fun exercise. Looking ahead. Also, a reminder: we're doing that live pack break, aka unwrapping a bunch of cards. The teams are flying off the shelf left and right. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/break. Get your team before it sells out. And you know, I all these Vikings fans were in my mention about how they're going to win the
Let's
Super
hear it.
Bowl.
Let's
And
hear it.
Jaden Daniels took a rookie, was a quarterback without experience. They went to the conference championship.
Yeah.
Minnesota has a better roster, and yet no one has bought the Vikings team. I wonder.
Really?
I guess we don't have any Vikings fans listeners. Otherwise, they would be over at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/break, getting the potential to pull a sweet JJ McCarthy rookie card. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/break. Promo code SGPN, get you 10% off on the pack, and ripping cards live Monday night. Going to be fun.
No, we're not ripping the cards. We're
ripping
getting
the
the cards
packs.
and we're selling them.
Ripping them, pulling them. All right, let's talk some games. CJ, you have the honors. Pick a game of the year that you like. What side, the spread? Walk us through.
Sure. Let me just open up my laptop. I see you guys brought yours there. I don't know if you can get that.
CJ's going full analog
No,
with his
just-
Let me get
traffic
that in the
keeper.
mic for the audio. That's
yeah,
a
like-
gorgeous sound.
Our ASRM audience loves that.
Should I slow that down and just put it on a loop?
right to the NFL.
Unwrapping.
Right to the NFL folder. A little Texan sticker on there for now. They'll have it fully decorated.
Oh
for
my
the-
goodness! Look at
for
this.
the season. And here we go. All right. So I am, and I'll pull it.
Oh, what's this?
Oh,
Hello.
the CJ cam. I,
I
like
won't
this.
show too much. I won't show too much.
Let me pull out just.
People are going to be screenshotting that,
This is an amazing,
seeing what's going on.
amazing device here. All right. So now we are looking to survive the first pick.
I love that you pulled
overall.
out the schedule grid. It's in there. I also have a schedule grid. Shout out to grids.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to move ahead to. There's a lot of them.
Can I also, while you're looking,
Yes.
while you're thinking about your first pick, great idea for a Father's Day present that you won't hate. email your wife the schedule grid and be like, boy, would I love to have this laminated.
Yeah.
And if you find yourself at Circa at all, they sell them in the gift shop. Derek is the big laminated ones. There's a small placemat size for guys, married guys with families, and then the bachelor size, which is like much bigger.
I wonder if that will. Can we bring that on the plane?
Yeah.
All right.
Although, as CJ likes to say, might not let you on too sharp.
Too sharp.
With the,
Some of those is dangerous.
I do think we might have to this year. This is the year we get the big grid. All right. Back to CJ.
Wow. All right. I mean, there's two to choose from. You almost got me want to get in the Bears with all that Chicago slander in there.
Well, there are opportunities.
There's several opportunities, and I was looking at week 2.
Which, by the way, shout out to all the books who opened up all the games.
Yeah,
I know. And this is from DraftKings. They had the full slate. I can go.
It's almost overwhelming.
So much. You know what? Because it seems apropos. Since you brought it up, the Bears Detroit week 2. The line's 4.5. Detroit's home opener. No, they got a tough one in Green Bay, but the Bears are coming off a Monday night game versus Minnesota. You're JJ McCarthy. I know, and it's the Ben Johnson revenge spot.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Of course, but I think that's going to motivate Detroit more than anything to prove Patricia Campbell to prove that he's not Matt Patricia, that the two coordinators are not lost without Ryan Johnson. I think they're a much better team than the Bears, and the Bears will be. I like the Bears opener versus Monday night versus Minnesota, but I think that's going to be. And we just talked about it. Such the letdown, such the fan base, such the hype up game. The short week in Detroit. Minus 4.5. I think they win by more than a touchdown there on the Ben Johnson reverse revenge game.
Ooh, Kramer, you co-signing that?
If I had to take a side,
yeah,
based on the short week and Detroit coming off a game at Green Bay,
right?
For what it's worth. I think I would take Detroit there though. Probably.
Yeah. I guess my
Ben Johnson's tricks.
Yeah, well, I guess my counter is, as a guy who likes to remind people Jared Goff sucks, and boy, I mean, the phones have been just ringing off the hook on Jared Goff sucks island ever since.
Dennis Allen's the defensive coordinator. I'm not
for the Lions. Yeah, I guess I would just counter by saying Ben Johnson might know how to play Jared Goff. He might have some insight into some of the limiting stuff with Jared Goff.
Another angle to look at this though is we just talked about that Bears hype. They come in week 1, Ben Johnson again, we're all rah, and then maybe they look terrible once again in that opener versus Minnesota. You're not going to see 4.5 come week 2.
No, that's a good point. And
Dennis Allen's the D coordinator for the Bears also. I needed to confirm that before I spoke.
He's the Bears defensive coordinator, right? Yeah. Okay. I didn't know. Who's the Lions defensive coordinator now, Ryan?
That's a great question.
You got your sheet out.
I'm going to give you all the coordinators. This is a good. So anyone listening now, you don't want to sound like a fool. Offensive coordinator John Morton, defensive coordinator Kelvin Shepard.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah.
John Morton and Kelvin Shepard.
Yeah. Early. Give me the Lions minus 4.5. This one. I'll go next here. I think I will have some agreement. Although CJ, he's not afraid to go contrarian. But I'm going to skip ahead. I'm going to use this one because I'm sure.
By the way, my bookie also has 4.5 minus 110 each.
Oh, well, shout out to mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. Get in on these early lines. Chiefs are lane 6 at the Dallas Cowboys on Thanksgiving. I knew Kramer was going to try and do it, and I'm stealing it from one.
Do you know that's why I put Mahomes on the?
I'm sure.
This was weeks ago. We were scheming up this episode, and Jake's like, "Who do you want on the thing?" I'm like, I know that one of us is going to like Dallas or fading Dallas here in this Thanksgiving spot. Yeah.
Well, and it's not only one. Traditionally,
Mark
Dallas,
me down.
Dallas has been a fun team to fade on Thanksgiving. Obviously, Chiefs laying the 6 on the road, but you get Andy Reid on a short week. I always like that. But this is I think they're the only team that has 3 games in 10 days. This is the first time it's ever happened in the NFL. Warren Sharp. who is all over this scheduling stuff, he pointed this out, and I think there was a bunch of articles, but they have 2 weeks before they have a Monday night game at Las Vegas against the Raiders. Then turn around, they host the Eagles, Super Bowl champs, on a Sunday afternoon. Who knows? That could get maybe. I don't think they flex that early, but still, that's going to be a tough game. Then you have to host the Chiefs on a short week. I think this is just a smash spot for the Chiefs, and just great time. And obviously, we know Dallas sucks. This little nugget during the 2024 season, a total of 9 teams ended up playing 3 games in 10 days. So this has happened last year. It just seems like it. I think they might be the only team this year because they tried to get rid of it. The 9 teams combined to go 11-16. Of the total, 4 of the teams ended up going 0-3. Bears, Seahawks, Saints, and Steelers. So this just seems like a horrible spot for the Cowboys for a lot of reasons.
Reasonable to think also, like, you can view this game as a sandwich spot. You didn't get to the next game, but at Detroit is the following game.
I mean, this is a brutal,
and it's not, and it's not extra rest. They're both off a week there.
Right.
Yeah.
It's another Thursday game.
And I know everyone, obviously we are Cowboys haters, but like you looked at the Cowboys schedule for what their record was in 2024. The schedule that they have this year is pretty insane.
I've been shopping for a Giants versus Cowboys heads up. Finishing like a finishing position in the division or wins.
CJ, are you
crafting something up?
Kramer, I'm putting you down for the Chiefs laying the 6. CJ,
my God, yes.
I know. I'm fully.
It's a big number, though.
I'm fully on board and offended that you even proposed I would be against this because
it's
a contrarian. It's a lot of points.
I mean,
telling the Cowboys on Thanksgiving.
Well, things are a little, things are fragile right now between Sean and CJ.
He keeps this Angel Caitlin rivalry going. I'm just Caitlin over here. I don't even know what's going on. But Angel just keeps on picking on me and
continued
attacking
attempts
from left and right.
to mush the Thunder.
Motion the Thunder.
What do you mean?
He made me Russian, but he brought his laptop over to mine to make sure I booked early on. So no, you can get it. Just superstitiously here. Let me log out. He almost typed in my keyboard for me. It's unbelievable what's going on.
Shocked and appalled by the way. All right, great pick.
That is a great play.
This I will say though, and I'm glad you picked it and not me because I want all of mine to have CLV. I wonder if there injuries, like no injuries happen. Is there even a possibility of CLV here though? Probably not. Still like it though.
Yeah, I think this could be 7 if the Chiefs look good and are winning a bunch of regular season games in spite of everyone bashing them in the offseason, which has happened seemingly every straight year. Yeah, I could see them.
They're stretched during that
7-point favorite.
In contrast to the difficulty of the Cowboys schedule in this stretch, the Chiefs come off a Week 10 bye at Denver. Okay, that's not easy, but then Indy at Dallas and then Houston. And so I'm not as high on Houston. Maybe perhaps allows me to see that as an easier stretch. All right, for me, I think I'm just going to autoplay this every year from now on, and that's if a team's playing in London 2 straight weeks, I'm just going to take them in the second week. So yes, I understand that there's some travel from wherever they're playing in Scotland.
Ireland, Dublin,
same place.
Yeah, they have a Euro pass though. They get the train, get you right through those. Countries.
But the advantage of being over there and acclimated is everything we've studied in terms of football teams and travel and rest. What have we learned, Sean? That the edge is found in acclimation and the delta and what your rest looks like. And so the fact that you have Cleveland coming over. And here's the thing, Sean, we were talking about the kneecap trend. Cleveland coming over to London after a game at Detroit.
Okay.
By the way, Cleveland opened Cincy at Baltimore, Green Bay at Detroit. Then they travel across the pond to play Minnesota, who's been there for a week because they played the Steelers the week before. Give me the Minnesota Vikings.
So what? It's Browns at Vikings or Browns Vikings in London now.
Yes,
London Vikings Browns, and they played they play in Ireland a week before that.
Yes.
Okay.
And what is the Vikings?
Vikings minus a touchdown.
Minus a touchdown.
Yes.
And I will say, as someone who has not lived there but visited Ireland and
so your opinions
before,
are probably strong.
The travel's not far at all.
Yeah,
from Ireland to England. As a matter of fact, there's been wars over it.
It's probably
that's how close the proximity is.
It's an 8-hour drive. Now they will probably take a plane.
Okay. So
what's an 8-hour drive?
It's closer
from Dublin to London. It's 8-hour
from
drive.
Dublin to London. All right.
Is that true? Is there?
I don't know
Is there
about
a? Hold on. Is
There's
there
a
like
thing called the Channel.
Okay, but you didn't have the version where you're riding a boat for some of that, right?
No.
How many miles?
You stop off at a few pubs on the way. I mean, it's a fun ride. I'm just saying.
I only do it in kilometers. It's 600 kilometers.
Okay.
This route includes the ferry. Okay, so it doesn't.
Oh, come on!
But
Jesus
but
Christ!
you got to take the ferry if you're over.
Yeah,
I mean,
what are you driving through water, Ryan? They used to have.
How many miles?
What happened
How many
to the
miles?
Channel? Or does the Channel go to France? I only do kilometers. You know me.
Where are they playing in Ireland?
Can I move this?
Dublin.
Can I move this game to Belfast?
It's an hour and a half flight.
Nothing is more than an hour and a half drive in Ireland. No matter which way you are, we can point you in any direction. If you're in the middle, you're reaching it at an hour and a half.
All right. What is farther? I have the answer. What is farther? Distance in miles between Dublin and London,
Okay.
or Minneapolis and Cleveland
Well, obviously Minneapolis and Cleveland
is further.
Yeah.
Yeah. By a lot. 371 miles Dublin to London. Minneapolis to Cleveland 752.
Yeah, people don't understand how big, like, especially Europeans. I'm
just saying to get like so.
They can't comprehend how big America is.
No.
I mean, there's so much land here. Everything is so close to each other in Europe.
I'm going to go against you. I'm taking the Browns, getting 7 points.
Wow.
Because you have a rookie quarterback. If you look at this Vikings schedule for a rookie quarterback, it's a complete shit show. Their schedule wise, and yeah, I get it. You have the back-to-back, but you still for me, the advantage is you're in the same hotel, you're using the same training facilities. You have some sort of advantage. Now you still have a little bit of travel. You got to get set up in a new training facility. I don't think it's a huge difference. And I would still give the edge to the Browns. But if the Browns are bringing in a veteran quarterback, a gunslinger like Joe Flacco,
they're staying in the same place the whole time. They're going to travel to the game.
I was going to say Joe Flacco is more a reassuring dad in Europe, like Clark Griswold, if you will, kind of like keeping.
Yeah.
But Shador in London now.
I just think this Vikings team to cover 7 points.
Good luck.
Rookie quarterback, 7-point favorite internationally. Rookies have done bad in these international games. I'm taking the Browns. CJ,
good luck.
I like the handicap of that second game in Europe. The Browns team is bad, and
love this game in a teaser, by the way.
Don't forget,
teasing JJ McCarthy overseas.
These games
timestamp.
Yeah, these games get out of hand too, and my Jags have proven this, where they can win by 20 versus like beating the great Bills at home in there for their second week. Like these games get ugly sometimes. So I think the Vikings is a good play.
I'm settling in on a Browns might not be a very good team this year.
No, their lines are huge. That's why I did notice going through the games here, like every Browns game, like, there are massive dogs early on too.
Because there's a very strong likelihood that Kenny Pickett's the best option they have after Joe Flacco gets hurt week 3.
And Steffi Smalls pointing out Sean versus the Vikings. It's going to be my favorite thing this season. Yeah, it's turned into quite the rivalry.
It's a fun war.
I have a lot of tweets bookmarked. Just dying to revisit. CJ, what do you got? What's another game of the year for the folks?
Yeah. Well, this is going to seem like an attack on Kramer and Steffi Smalls for that matter, but it's actually trying to block my new rival angel over here, Sean, who's attacked me. So he doesn't get this game in, but I'm going to go to week 9 and I'm going to take advantage of this horrible, tough schedule your New York Giants have. San Francisco -3.5 at New York.
Okay.
This is the 4 games stretch the Giants are going through. You have the Eagles at home, obviously primetime game, at Denver, and then right back the bookmark at Philly again.
It's a tough stretch.
Those are 3.
2-1.
Those are. I don't care if you go 2-1, but you're going to be beat up going into those after those 3 games. Just those two defenses back to back like that, and then San Francisco comes to town, laying a measly 3.5 on the 4th game of that stretch.
Oh wow.
I think the Giants will be a little run down with that.
Love
point.
it. Yeah. So you got the 49ers laying 3.5 at the Giants. I will co-sign that. Kramer, I see you shaking your head, even though this is a great play by CJ.
Have you not read the reports?
As we know, the Giants are horrible at home ATS. What, the Dable put back the weight?
They're not signing. Brock Purdy signing.
He ate
was
through
not
his
fun.
lap band. Is that what happened?
Whoa! He looks healthy.
No, he
I
does.
thought he was getting a little
The
skinny.
Ozempic
He does. I
was
didn't
not a
like
good
that
look.
skin. Yeah, he's got a Luther Vandross effect. No one wants skinny Dable.
Yeah,
no one wants skinny Luther.
Skinny football coaches
Right.
are. It's unsettling.
Yeah.
Skinny coaches don't drive sick pickup trucks.
Whoever compared him to like a DUI attorney that's gonna get you the justice you need, where he's like walking with the briefcase, it's got the shades on in front of the truck. Kramer, I love this spot. Great call, CJ.
Brock Purdy getting paid. That's the ticket.
Well, yeah, compared to whatever you guys are doing at quarterback.
What was how'd the Niners do last year?
It's a different year though, Ryan.
I didn't realize you were a Niners fan.
I am against the Giants.
Okay.
What do you? I assume you're taking the Giants here as a home dog.
This is. I mean,
Cross country. I know West Coast team coming out east.
they don't even know yet.
Yeah.
It's the numbers are obviously not good value on the Giants right now, or good value on the Giants.
Oh, you're right. It isn't good value. That's why you got to take the 49ers. Lock it up.
The 49ers. This will be the second game in a back-to-back road spot, Sean. And this is going to piss Sean off because they do have the Rams on deck.
Oh.
And it's the Shanahan McVay dick measuring bowl. So good luck. Good luck. I'll take the Giants, but good luck.
Not very impassioned by Kramer.
Yeah.
What do you mean? It's not. You don't take Shanahan the week before he's got to play McVay.
Hey, I got some more games of the year, and so do these gentlemen. Before we do, shout out to Edge Boost, the first ever bank account built for bettors, ensuring all gambling transactions are approved. A good time to get your Edge Boost card so you can get ready, refill in the off season, or if you're adding to any sort of apps, you want to be using your Edge Boost card. 1, no usage fees, no minimums, and you earn cash back rewards. 100% approval for all betting deposits, but really the cashback rewards, you're getting paid. You're getting free access to money. It's the favorite part of the month for me. CJ, I'm counting down the days to June 1st so I can get that email from Edge Boost. Your account balance has been adjusted because you get the Edge Boost bonus. Sign today at edgeboost.bet with the promo code SGPN. By the way, it's free. Deposit $25 and Edge Boost will match the deposit. That's edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. It's free. It helps us keep our content free. Thank you. And of course, also brought to you by Underdog. We got the extender going for the NBA playoffs. I'm up to a 80% boost, which is awesome.
Jesus.
I got
My oh my, Sean.
and we were talking about
Is it helping you in the bedroom too?
oh yes, ladies love the boost. And of course, you can boost your bonus using the promo code SGPN. $1,000 up to in bonus cash for the NBA playoffs. Knicks game, Knicks Pacers. Give me Josh Hart higher 8.5 rebounds. That is a smash. You can also play his double higher a half doubles in Underdog. I think that's like a 2.6 multiplier.
Ooh.
Put that together with some Lou Dort higher 7.5 points in tonight's game. But plenty of ways to win over at underdogfantasy.com. Promo code SGPN. Kramer, do you want to hear a game I like where the team is the dog or the favorite? I got one of each for you.
Let's see. Have we done all favorites so far?
Yeah.
So maybe dog.
And this could go wrong, as we've mentioned, but I love fading teams on the third straight road games. And I have a couple of the game of the year opportunities that I think you should get in now, including.
Okay, we're on this. We're very lockstep.
This probably isn't the one you're taking of the third straight road game. Now the 3 teams are. Kramer, do you know the 3 teams that have 3 straight road games on their schedule?
I don't want to show you up, but it's actually 4.
Who's the four?
Give you, I can give you the three are Baltimore, New England, and Tennessee.
Yeah.
And the fourth, which you missed because it's an international game, is Cleveland.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I guess technically, whatever how you grade that, but good call out, Kramer. I will say.
I was just gonna say. Not only telling you which one you got wrong, but why you got it wrong before you even answered it. You know what? And I know why you missed
it was
this
one of the areas I dove into heavily, so I had some.
He could have just overlooked it. No, it's because
we like facts here on the show.
Pro facts.
I'm on Team CJ, by the way. I was the only guy on the NBA preview show taking the Thunder, standing with you, CJ.
What the hell are you talking about? I have Thunder -8.5. I had Thunder for the series. Are you lost your fucking mind? Bet the Thunder every game.
Okay.
Except Game 7 versus Nuggets. I'll say that.
Yeah, that's.
I thought the Nuggets would.
I
would
saw that
hang
from the
around.
VSiN segment when you guys were all pushing your Nuggets on me, plus the points, the money line, and I told them to shove that.
I never said money.
Let's see right here. Game 1.
You're giving me options. You're very helpful.
Game 1 pick. Sean had Minnesota +7.5.
No, I didn't.
I'm looking at the sheet right now.
No, it's on the
I
sheet.
didn't.
Yeah, it's right here on the sheet.
Interesting.
All right, maybe. But I was on him game 2 and 3 and 4, and I have him for the series.
So he's part-time.
Whatever.
Part-time.
Ravens at Browns. Browns are 8.5-point home dog. This is the time you smash it.
Yes.
Now maybe
I
Joe
love
Flacco's
this.
already been knocked out of.
That's the concern.
That
right?
is the concern.
Later in
But
the
this is
season.
the third straight road game.
Yeah.
And going up against a division home dog. The Browns always show up in this game. This division home spot against the Ravens. This will probably be their Super Bowl. So the Browns getting 8.5 now. Maybe you get a little CLV. It's probably going to be right around here, but I think you get this now.
So you're right. This is not one of the ones I was gonna grab. I'm on your side. Obviously, I would all four of these situations.
This is
take.
Baltimore's third straight road game.
Baltimore's third
That's why I like it.
They have I have it's week 11 and it's at Miami, at Minnesota, at Cleveland.
Wow,
that's the stretch.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's a great play. And you're right. The line's not going to go up. I mean, if it does, it's not going to fly to like 12 or anything like that. If anything, it'll be under a touchdown.
Yeah, I can see this closing 7, especially if we get, if Flacco is hanging around, or at least gives them something quarterback wise. If the defense is playing well, if Quinshon Judkins is running over dudes left and right, if Jerry Jeudy decides to catch the ball, like there's a world where this Browns team is kind of competent. I'm certainly not going to be smashing them because of the huge questions at quarterback, but Joe Flacco went on a magical run. And also this just feels like they're going to get up for a couple division games at home. These are going to be their Super Bowl spots. So
I can even see a Shador versus Lamar situation, kind of like a billing.
Shador looking good in OTAs. I know
fine.
Kramer is a hater, but
what I said was, again, this is private conversation in the office that you're just throwing into the public forum. What I said was, oh no, Shador not getting reps in the mini camps. He's getting less reps than Dylan Gabriel. Sean then fires up the one highlight on the internet and goes, wow, Shador looks good.
Great touch on the ball. He threw the ball like 5 times. So yeah, I looked at the one where he threw it well.
Sean might be Dove climbing. We'll see. All right, so I'll actually stay in the same category.
What a messy episode this is, as they say online. Like not toxic, but it's knives are out, if you will. I wonder if I'm part of the reason why, but it's just I like it. It's an airing out. It's
airing of grievances.
Football season's around the corner. People are getting antsy for football, so
chomping at the bit.
Right, so we're getting aggressive. I like it.
Kramer, give us a game of the year.
We like aggressive. All right, so. Let's just play the NFL Uno game we like to play in the prop season with the Cleveland Browns, who also have a 3 straight road game stretch at Detroit, then Minnesota and England, and at Pittsburgh. You're like, oh man, your first 2 games, you're faded. So I've just backed the Browns, but now I'm going to fade the Browns. Their 3rd straight game is against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Again, they go at Detroit, kneecap trend.
Yeah.
They then get on a plane with all that kneecap damage. They go and play the Vikings, where they're going to get completely boat raced. Hopefully not by 21. We can't have them be a close your eyes special here. And then they are
coming back to America to play the Steelers.
Coming back to America to play the Steelers. And I'm just going to double check this because I think we have a couple numbers. I want to make sure I get this in at the best.
Steelers, whose quarterback still hasn't shown up to OTAs, even though he does not have a contract.
Joy Taylor going on just roasting Aaron Rodgers for not showing up.
No respect for tradition.
Steeler,
like,
all right.
Art Rooney and blah blah blah. It's like, wait, what the hell are you talking about, lady?
Steelers -6.5.
Yeah,
at home.
Yeah. So the reason I hate this is the obvious. Like, we have no idea what the quarterback situation.
Yeah,
but
Joy does.
I started going through the schedules, been staring at the grid a lot. I have a serious concern about the Cleveland team. Like the quarterback, if you've read the reports, all the quarterbacks look bad. All of them look bad. So it's very early.
Yeah.
But
what about a Kenny Pickett revenge?
They're not lighting it up like Will Howard and Mason Rudolph.
Well, I mean,
that's the
Aaron Rodgers is going to be there.
That's the counter is you're laying 6.5 with Mason Rudolph.
I mean, I bought a T-shirt.
Feel pretty good.
Kenny Pickettsburg.
Pickensburg.
It
That was all.
so good.
It was all over in the strip. It did sell itself for sure. They loved them.
So I'm back to feeling fairly confident that Rodgers will be signed by training camp.
Of course, okay. I 100% agree with that.
So I mean, yeah, CJ's with me. I think the clearly
great travel spot.
I had to look at the mirror and be like, am I wrong or is the entire betting market wrong?
No, I'll take the Steelers laying the 6.5 just because the third road game is so strong.
Week 6, by the way.
I'm a little worried about. Yeah, I'm a little worried about obviously the Steelers quarterback situation laying 6.5 points, but I think again the third. If you smash all these third road game spots, all three of them, I think you're going to be, and fourth if you include the Browns International, then I think you're going to be in a pretty good spot coming up roses there. CJ, give us another game of the year.
All right, I got a little dog for you here. We're going all the way down to week 16.
Ooh,
it's a Sunday night game. It's not ideal environment for them, but Miami hosting the Bengals. Miami's getting 1.5. We all know the horrible schedule Joe Burrow and the Bengals having to go to Baltimore on a Thursday.
Oh yeah.
Not only that, so after they have the third time in 3 years, they're at Baltimore on Thursday night. It's already in their head. I was going to take that game, but I can see the Cincinnati winning. Just for complaining about it so much. But after that, at Baltimore game, right after that, they have a nice stretch, but they have to play at Buffalo, a game they'll gear up for, and then right after that, they have Baltimore again at home. So this is the third road game in 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And the fourth game will be at Miami at Sunday night. I think it'll be rocking and rolling. And if they're just getting beat up, Buffalo, Baltimore, now at Miami. Miami has a dog at night prime time. I think they win.
How many points does Miami get?
They're getting 1.5 right now.
Okay.
But I think they win the game.
I like that. I'm with you, CJ. I mean, the only thing is, well, my boy Quinn Ewers, so I'm going to bet on 300 to 1.
Is he starting
to win offensive rookie of the year?
Is he starting
at Circa? I got to bet it, but yeah, I mean, maybe Tua gets knocked out. But to your point, like this is a classic letdown spot for the Bengals. Joey B, I feel like it's good in prime time, but
he is. But this is definitely a flat spot. And what if there's a situation where Kramer's 28 to 1, Bengals most wins, they come riding in 15-0, and the 72 Dolphins start the sideline like they did versus the Bears, and Zonka and the boys and Marino are out there, and they roll, and a game they shouldn't have. Balls just bouncing their way up the Tooper, and they beat the 85 Bears.
I'm in. Kramer, what are you doing? Now your Bengals to win the most games, which I also like. They still could win this in Dolphins cover. You got a nice a 24-23 type game, 35-34.
Right. So if I'm breaking this down, a couple things that concern me here. One, this is the time of the year where Tua is sometimes missing.
It's all right.
I know this is a home game, but this is one of those times he goes MIA, whether it's because he's playing like shit or he just gets hurt. 2, this is the time of the year where Joe Burrow gets hot. And what better place to get hot than South Beach?
He does have frosted tips,
Sexy ass.
and the Batmobile. He kind of feels like a Miami guy already.
Yeah, he's got a Miami. He's got a Crockett kind of look to him.
It is funny dyeing your hair blonde and driving a Batmobile in a city known for chili.
Yeah.
Like it just seems he seems out of place in the city
Plays
of
an Ohio
Cincinnati.
guy, yeah.
And then there was that weird break-in where that girl was living there, but then it was his assistant.
Yeah,
More questions than answers there, honestly.
Those Steves were real jerks for blowing up his side chick situation. That's what he was upset about.
So Kramer, you're taking the Bengals laying 1.5.
I am.
Ooh, I like
Joey B under the lights.
I'm getting spicy with CJ.
I like it.
Season.
CJ, I'm gonna keep your Miami game of the year momentum.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go a little earlier in the year. What about week 2 here?
Yes.
Oh,
Patriots
very early.
at the Dolphins. Dolphins are going to be laying 2.5 points at home. Kramer and I have been talking to this. Our buddy Rosenberg has been worked into the conversations. He's been looped in. Well, he came to the same conclusions where.
We had a Microsoft Teams about this.
Yes.
We got him in. We circled back and we talked about Miami, how it's hot in September.
No, our
true.
Florida NFL takes are only for signal.
Listen, that's my handicap. You can see it's on my sheet here, Sean. So
Oh.
you know I agree with you. Florida in September. New England always loses to Miami anyway. And New England, by the way, that's your Halliburton. That's your most overrated team, I think, coming into the season. Their win total 8.5. What do they think is going to happen down
even
there,
money to make the playoffs?
It's ridiculous.
And I've locked in. Like I was reading the early training camp OTA stuff, and they're basically saying for the Patriots, left guard is wide open. It's a competition. No idea who's going to win this job. And then I'm thinking like, okay, wait, left guard you don't know. And then you also have a left tackle with a lot of question marks who's a rookie. So this is his second start on the road in Miami, hot as shit, humid as shit.
Hopefully.
Tua, what do you mean? Hopefully.
Hopefully you don't get some weather to derail the whole handicap.
Oh, all right.
So I said hopefully.
Yeah, it will be hot and humid in Miami on September 4th. You know what? I'm gonna add to our group calendar. Check weather September 14th. I'm gonna rub it in your fucking face.
I'm not saying it's not going to be.
You do this contrarian.
Hopefully.
You do this contrarian thing
Hopefully.
of. Well, I don't know. Maybe it won't be hot and humid in September, and then it is hot and humid in September on September 14th.
How should I say this?
And then there's no reckoning. Ryan has never faced the consequences.
There's no
he never
reckoning.
has to pay the piper. Everyone just completely forgets about
There's a non-zero chance that
Yeah, he gets this non-zero chance shit.
it's a cool day.
It's a 0% chance. I'm gonna bring it up on the pregame show. Kramer,
we need
Miami
more
weather.
We need more
show.
meeting invites.
I would like some climate change data.
Yeah, if anything, the climate's gonna whatever the ozone, that shit.
I
It's gonna be hotter. I'm getting yelled at by my wife for not composting. That's gotta have impact on the ozone.
It's true.
That's gonna move it.
That's absolutely 100% correct.
I don't want to compost the coffee grounds.
This
So
is
all
why
of a
you're
sudden
so
I'm a
pissed.
maniac.
Got it. Well, why not? You don't want some super soil?
Hey, I got news for you. I throw that compost in the trash,
no.
or I throw the coffee bins in the compost or the trash. Same shit happens to it. It becomes dirt.
Oh no!
Let's move on with our lives.
Wow.
I do agree with that. Actually, recycling is a scam.
It's just selling white guilt. Hey, white people, you want to feel better? Put this thing in the blue bin. It all ends up in the same fucking floating thing in the ocean. Come on, you don't actually recycle stuff.
It takes more energy to
Recycling's urban legend.
To make an ashtray out of this can or whatever they're trying to make. The factories that make that shit. It's a lot more if you just toss this and then jump and put on a raft of China.
All right, so Kramer, it sounds like you're on the Patriots because you think the weather might be chilly. They'll have the seats going on the sidelines.
Take the Dolphins here.
Take the Dolphins. This is the time to take the Dolphins.
Hopefully, I'm on your side. Hopefully,
but this is the time you take Tua, right?
Yeah, week 2.
Yeah,
early September Tua is when there's optimism. There, Tyreek Hill.
Tua Burrow.
Yeah, exactly. A Tua to remember.
Yes.
I have a couple spots that I like for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Okay, before you get to that, Ryan, of course, shout out to Circa. Love going out to Circa. CJ just planned a trip to Circa.
Oh my!
It was
Ryan helped me a lot planning. A lot of people joined in on helping that planning, but I can't wait. It's gonna be very exciting. What a great deal they got.
Circa is awesome. And again, the ultimate fantasy football experience. Sign up, you and your entire league, 12-person league. You can win the trip for you and 11 friends, 11 buds, 2-night stay. Stadium swim cabana, $5,000 credit. You get $500 beverage credit at the sports book, 2-hour open bar package at the overhang bar, legacy club party. Circa really is just awesome. Great place to hang. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/CIRCA, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/circa. And if you just want to go there to hang out, for some reason, maybe you miss out on winning the contest. No big deal. Promo code SGP15 saves you 50% on all the Circa properties. You get the D, very nice property. Golden Gate has a lot of history. The suites there are really awesome.
Can I throw something in?
Sure.
If we're there when you come out to Vegas, I will show you pictures on my phone of me and Sean getting a tour of the place before it opens.
Yeah, and it
promise.
Derek, it was when COVID was still going, so Derek was wearing a mask, kind of, while also ripping cigarettes through the tour. And, it was the first time we met Derek, and he's just chain smoking cigarettes, showing us this awesome place. Like it was all concrete. The stadium swim wasn't there. We're like, oh my God, this guy loves gambling. How could you not? And I say it all the time. I feel like me, Ryan, CJ, anyone who's a gambler, if you made a casino, it would look exactly like Circa, because it's just caters to the sports gambler. And so does Rhythm. Download that Rhythm app. Get 7-day free trial. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. The Rhythm is gonna betcha, according to the great CJ Sullivan, and it's been crushing for the MLB props. The MLB player props has been doing very well. They just introduced the Power Trends, which is really fun to get down on. Tonight, if you're tuning in live, they like this. They love the Tyrese Halliburton under 3.5 3-pointers made at. You have to lay a little bit of juice here, but they project it to hit at 80%. Tyrese Halliburton under 3.5 3-pointers made. You can of course come up with your own AI back picks and models there. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. All right, Kramer, let's toss out a couple more game of the years.
All right. So like I said, I have a couple Tampa ones. I certainly think you can take a look at them week 3 or week 4 against the Jets or the Eagles at home. Some of the same stuff that Sean said. The Jets, particularly, they're coming off two tough games. But I'm going to zoom ahead in the season.
The weather will be hot in Tampa Bay early on, but not in Miami. But not in Miami.
Hopefully. Fingers crossed.
I would say the same thing. Hopefully, the weather is what we expect it to be.
Okay.
But I'm going to zoom ahead after their bye week. Well, I'm
listening.
I'm speaking from a probabilistic standpoint.
That's all you can do.
Hopefully,
look at the numbers.
I'm on Team CJ with this Thunder thing, not like Sean.
What are you talking about?
Week 9, the Bucs are on a bye. Week 10, they play the New England Patriots. They're laying 4.5. I already love the idea of finding spots to fade New England ahead of time because they're not going to be what their numbers suggest they are right now. Which, by the way, Sean and I are working on a very special Patriots bet. When we're ready, we may or may not disclose it to.
It's a baby fucking wheel, man.
To everyone, but there is something we're going to tease that.
What a tease!
Hopefully we release it.
If we're currently shopping it right now. New England, meanwhile, coming off a home game against Atlanta. Okay, no big deal, but they have the Jets on deck after this game, week 11 on Thursday Night Football. Sean.
Yeah, fading a team week before Thursday Night Football.
This to me is more of a touchdown spread versus a 4.5 to me.
Yeah,
I think there's a very strong likelihood this one pushes all the way out to a touchdown by the time we're talking about
confirmed. Bucks are at home.
Bucks are at home.
Bucks are at home.
Yeah, I'm with you. 4.5 feels short. I just
at home off the bye against the team that has a Thursday night divisional game on deck.
Yeah, Pats
at a time of the year when it starts to get cold up north and it will still be warm down south, potentially some humidity where sometimes that's just as bad as early season.
Yeah, hopefully.
Again, Bucks off the bye.
Yeah,
hopefully.
the Bucks off the bye is actually the only reason I don't like it. Teams like off the bye ATS haven't been as good, but other than that, I mean, I'm with you in fading the Pats any way you can. I just think people are going to wake up and realize they don't really have an offensive line that's going to really submarine their season.
Bucks off the bye sounds like a great bar in Key West, by the way.
Bucks off the bye. It sounds like a Jimmy Buffett deep cut.
That's what I'm saying. Right down the Keys somewhere.
Maybe Coach Leach's neighborhood dive.
CJ, what are you doing here? But it's 4.5. I'm with you though, Kramer. Probably this will probably be 6.5, 7.
I mean, you're high. I assume we're both going to be high on the Bucks once again.
Yeah,
of course.
And so
Baker,
that leads me to believe, and I think we're both generally lower than market on the Patriots, which tells me, yeah, this number get finding its way to 7.5 by the time we're playing the game. Totally makes sense.
CJ, you doing it? You hopping on?
Yeah, it's kind of a big number to be honest with you, but I mean,
so you think this should be closer to a field goal?
No, I'm not saying it's wrong. The number, okay. I'm just saying it seems high. But yeah, I certainly don't want to back New England here. Always looking
or anywhere.
Always looking to take Tampa Bay at home. That they are Bucks off the bye. Since I didn't name the bar,
Bucks off the bye.
Yeah, and then you got that Thursday night look ahead, and a spot at Cincy after that too. Looks like a nice revenge spot for the Bengals if I was looking to fade those Patriots. But yeah, no, I'm on the Bucks with you.
All right, let's do one more game of the year. CJ, what do you got? One more
bonus game. I'm going to turn around on your Steelers, who do have a tough schedule there, even though the quarterback situation is going on here.
I wish he would just sign so we can get over this.
I know. Weeks 13 through 16. Here's their schedule. There, they got Buffalo, Baltimore, and then I believe Miami on a Monday night.
Correct. And the Baltimore game's on the road.
Buffalo's at home. At Baltimore. Miami on a Monday night. Then they got a short week. They'll be going to Detroit.
Wow.
Laying 6 at this number. Detroit waiting on them. And Detroit has a rest advantage. 3 of the 4 teams they're playing, thanks to Warren Sharp, in that 4-game stretch, have a rest advantage against the Steelers that they're going against at Buffalo, Baltimore, Miami. Detroit is one of them. Full week, sitting at home, laying less than a touchdown on the 4th game of the Steelers during that stretch.
So Steelers... Lions lane 6, you said?
Yes. Detroit at home, lane 6, week 16 versus Pittsburgh.
Oh yeah. And that is, I mean, Detroit Steelers, I feel like are just a bad team. They're just not built for the dome. So historically, this feels like a good spot.
Off a short week, Monday night, playing Miami,
and just in general, like their schedule is going to be pretty favorable early. They'll be like 7-2 and then finish the year 9-8. Right. They'll be that 8 seed again in the playoffs. I can totally see it. Yeah, that seems like a smash spot for the Lions. Good eye there, CJ. I'm on the Lions. Kramer, what are you doing?
I don't want to disagree with CJ across the board.
No.
Well, here would be the counter argument. You have
that's all I want.
At the Rams the week before and at Minnesota on Christmas Day after.
So it's a full 10 days they're getting after Christmas, right? They get it's Thanksgiving, you mean?
No, for
Detroit, you're talking about schedule?
Yeah. So Detroit before this Pittsburgh game has
they have Dallas on Thursday night.
Dallas on Thursday, then they have the Rams.
So it's a full 10 days there at the Rams.
At Los Angeles.
Yes.
Then Pittsburgh, then at Minnesota. So you could there be some extra narrative bullshit with the Vikings / Rams / love triangle of Jared Goff? I don't know. Maybe not.
Are you asking me if a Dan Campbell team will not be focused to win and destroy a weaker opponent at home? Is that what your question is? I just want to know what the question is.
I was asking the question because I didn't have a take on this game.
Okay.
And so and I thought maybe Pittsburgh would be the angle because of this weird situational spot. It's also a non-conference road game that you could very easily see Pittsburgh not giving a fuck about.
Right. I think, and like
That's that's kind of the angle. I think probably trumps my interesting sandwich spot. So I'll lay it.
Non-conference road game always tough.
I'll lay it.
See,
and I'll say
I
not
was
only,
having the conversation with myself.
there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, not only just the Buffalo, Baltimore, Miami, back to back hosting Monday night. Then you have Detroit, like you said, a game they might not care about because then they have an at Browns the week after that, which might be an important divisional game. Who knows? But it's definitely a game the Steelers want more than at Detroit.
Yeah.
Also, this is we watch Tomlin lose this type of game all the time.
Yeah, this is an NFC game that there's in the middle of 5 AFC games there.
My last game of the year pick. One bonus one. Eagles laying 3 at the Vikings.
No.
October 19th. Coming off 10 days rest against a rookie quarterback. That's not even one of my game of the years.
Will you be there?
No.
Okay.
I'm not really interested in going to Minnesota.
Do planes land there? Do you have to parachute?
Birds landing through their windows. I know that.
Oh, they're killing birds left and right. All right. So for me, Ryan, one of the other teams we talked about, the 3 road games are our former team, the Tennessee Titans. So the Titans schedule is not easy for a rookie quarterback. You start out at the Broncos, then you got the Rams at home. Rams, very good defense. Then you got the Colts at home, division game. Okay. Now listen to this. This is Cam Ward's 4th start. You go at Texans, at Cardinals, who I think
tough start there.
Both like defensive minded head coaches, should have solid defenses. And then your 3rd road game at the Las Vegas Raiders. Raiders are only laying 3 to Cam Ward. I think as much as I'm not super stoked on this Raiders team, I think this is definitely the type of team they beat. The 3rd road game thing, I think they have a huge coaching advantage. Cam Ward's going to be making his 6th start here in Las Vegas. A lot of distractions. Give me the Raiders laying the 3 there at home. CJ, you like that spot for the Raiders? I mean, Raiders is a favorite. I'm probably not going to be playing them a ton, but against the Titans on their 3rd road game, I think makes sense.
No, I love that. I love the spot. I don't mind the Raiders as a home team. I'm high on these Raiders. I'm high on these Raiders as far as
I can see some situations on Geno versus Cam Ward. Yeah. I love Geno. Ashton Jeanty.
That's what
against that Titans defense. You know, you got just a huge coaching disadvantage too.
Great coaching.
Carroll versus Callahan.
Another great law firm.
Carroll and Callahan gets the justice you deserve.
Great divorce case that was, Carroll versus Callahan. But yeah, no, I'm high on Geno and these Raiders as far as being a competent, high floor team that I will be wouldn't be dependable to pay, even as a short favorite, definitely as a dog, as someone that's just not going to get blown out again this year. So, but the Titans, I'm not. Titans will definitely be a team you like to fold up shop on.
So and by the way, I'm with you, but the case against small weak case, she at Kansas City is on deck, and we know how Pete Carroll can be singularly focused.
Oh yeah, he does
I love your public defender stance here.
I'm 100%
to represent my client, Mr. Callahan, but I just offer you this. Listen,
just would like to note they are.
Everyone deserves a defense.
Like submitted to evidence. Yes. The look ahead spot here. Titans 25th in the league.
DM me if you dislike my counterpoints.
I love the counterpoints.
DM me if you disagree. God, even your calls for help are contrary.
All right, what's the call for Tennessee here?
Titans 25th in the league in rush yards per game allowed. So it's a Jeanty smash fest there. Kramer, one last game of the year. What do you got?
Yeah, I think what's interesting and is that the Tennessee Titans are actually a part of their own 3 straight road games,
and then there's someone else's, and
then the next week they come home in what will be a very juicy bounce back spot against former head coach Mike Vrabel, New England Patriots.
Really?
Patriots are coming off at Buffalo, at New Orleans, a winnable game. Maybe we don't know what the Saints are going to be, but they could also be bad. And then at Tennessee, this could definitely be based on what we know about how Vrabel and this team separated, there could definitely be some management blood on the line here, and a head coach with a win in this kind of game, maybe a little extra juice at the end of the year in terms of not getting fired. I love this spot. Again, thesis here. We like finding spots to fade the Patriots. Well, the Patriots are laying points on the road here.
How much they lay?
2.5.
Wow. Can I say this is even correlated with Sean's play here? This boldens your play.
Well, again, that's part of why I like it, right? They're coming off the loss, and again,
and they're looking ahead because they wanted the Vrabel revenge game.
Yeah.
Well, and exactly, the Vrabel revenge game, and this Patriots team, like I said, not only do they have this 3-game road stretch, but that Buffalo game to start the road stretch, then you have a game they can actually win. The dream spot obviously is they win against New Orleans on the road. They come into the Tennessee game, maybe a little lackadaisical. Anyway you slice it, I found about 6 or 7 spots I think I like fading. The Patriot. Anytime the Patriots are laying points, isn't it? Just doesn't it give you a second? Don't you kind of look at it like, well, that doesn't totally make sense?
Yeah, no, they've given them such a high power rating to start. It doesn't. It doesn't quite jive, especially how tough their schedule is. I just keep coming back to their offensive line, man.
They're laying they're laying 5.5 against the Browns. They're laying 3 against the Falcons at home. I'm not a Falcons fan. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. They're laying 5.5 against the Jets. Like, what are we talking about here? I guess we'll be on. I guess the Patriots under is happening, right?
It's going to be tough. What? It's 8.5. Like Drake May could be noticeably better, but they could still. I don't know if it's just an instant fix with Vrabel.
I know.
Like,
well,
with the way the roster.
Yeah, they're
is.
talking about the defense and how they've Vrabeled it up and got back to their ways, but that's not going to be enough. They do not have any playmakers whatsoever.
Well, they do
out split outside, except for
Pink Cocaine himself,
Pink Pony Club.
Stephon Diggs. I went down a rabbit hole. I felt old. I didn't know what pink cocaine was.
I was.
They call it Tulsi. I guess.
Shit!
I was Snapchatting old EDM girlfriends of mine, knowing if they know what pink cocaine was.
CJ was doing
they
research.
were out. Yes, and they're like, "How did you get this number?" No, it's out there. It's a situation, but you're right. It's bad news though, apparently.
Yeah, and it's don't let your kids do Tussie, which I guess was the pink cocaine. It sounds like it's a mix, and it's not actually cocaine. It seems like it's a mix of Molly and potentially fentanyl. Someone described it as the cartels, whatever is like laying around. They put that in there and put like strawberry jello to give it. Yeah, it's the hot dog of narcotics.
Yeah, or the shot in the bar mat at the end of the night that they just pour into a glass. And
what is that called?
Behind
there's like different regional names
absolutely.
for that
Each
shot.
have a name for it.
So gross.
So DK has all win totals. Effectively, we can
what's like a
win total ladders potentially.
Ooh,
but we've been saying a lot about the Patriots, a lot of different angles, but just look
like lower 6.5, under 6.5, right?
plus 340.
Ooh. So now what would you
under
like?
6.5 is plus 340.
Would you like
6 wins gets that done?
Would you like Patriots 4th place in the division? Or Patriots under 6.5 wins.
Now that I'm looking at it,
from my accounting, those prices seem somewhat similar.
I think under 6.5 is a much better bet.
I kind of do too, because there's a world where
I almost don't believe you plus 340 on 6.5. That sounds insane.
Well, you don't want to know what their fewest wins price is.
Kramer, should we close it out with a my bookie money bag?
Yes.
People love it.
Yeah, give me a second to set that up. But 70-1.
Fewest wins in the
70-1 for the New England Patriots.
In the
league.
league.
Fewest wins in the league.
Yeah.
Might have to little sprinkle on.
Hold on, Sean. It's gonna take me a second here. I'm claiming my rake back.
Who is Drake May's backup this year? Are they running?
They don't even have Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, they're not running Jacoby back, right? Like, what is their plan B if something happens? God forbid something happens to Drake May.
Sean, do we phone
Drake May? Drake May won 2 games last year.
Do we phone the account?
And they're 70-1 to have the fewest wins. I think they'll be better, certainly. But I just they had 4 wins last year, and one of those wins was a game where like the Bills were trying to tank and Joe Milton went off. It wasn't necessarily because Drake May was the greatest quarterback of all time. I'm still a little skeptical that he's completely there for the season, right? and the roster.
The depth chart reads Drake May, Josh Dobbs, classic.
Passionate. No, never mind. I'm back in on the Patriots.
And a guy named Ben Woolridge.
Who
was the Sun Belt Offensive Player of the Year in 2024 and first team All Fun Belt down there as a member of the Ragin' Cajuns. Transferred him from Fresno, originally from Pleasanton, California.
I like all these answers. This sounds like this is a potential debacle going on up there.
Yeah.
All right. So, Sean, let's make sure we document that for the accountant to secure the R&D. The 70-1 angle, particularly very interesting.
All right, Kramer, mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN.
I was halfway through doing that. I got my rake back. All right, bringing it up. What should we do today?
Yeah, the markets are interesting.
There's a golf tournament. The golf tournament starting tomorrow.
Golf's always fun.
You always love the golf money bag, right? This is a perfect week to do it. Actually, as long as you get Scotty Scheffler. But no, seriously,
that's all I'm hearing is Scotty's winning. Don't even bother. Scotty's winning.
It does create great odds for other golfers out there, but he didn't win last week, and everyone said he played bad and still got 4th place. That's how good he is. But I mean, golf is the most fun way to do it, I would think, right? Didn't we agree on this?
Yeah.
Or should we do what's the NFL? It's
the Super Bowl. We can probably say that.
Boring.
What about
I don't want
college football?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
yeah,
just go golf because golf will know if you're a winner or loser.
It's a great weekend. It's a great sweat weekend.
Yeah. Or what is the UFC money bag? Just click on that, Ryan, real quick. Oh, is it like
exact round and finish? I don't Gamrot. I don't know these guys.
Yeah, go to.
Should I at least investigate correct score in a hockey game?
These are always tilting though when you get like 14-0. Oh, great! That's impossible.
Well, especially with hockey with the pulled goalie. Just go
100-1 for the NCAA.
That is kind of fun, but we can save that.
NCAA basketball is back. That's fun.
We can save that for the conference previews. Let's just do golf. I think golf's the way to go.
All right, golf.
55-1.
I wish you were getting more than that, actually.
All right.
I mean, those are just the basic prices.
So
we're not Scotty Scheffler this weekend.
Small. We're just gonna do, and so basically, I need Scotty.
You don't need Scotty, but it would. Obviously,
awesome.
It would help. Yeah, Scotty would be amazing.
Scotty's the odds-on favorite.
Yeah, I'd be on tilt for only betting 25 if you got Scotty.
All right, here we go.
And the mybookie.ag promo code SGPN money bag goes to.
Oh, that's a great play. Come on, Aaron Rye this weekend.
Really?
Yeah,
What's
that's a
the
good
price.
He's much lower than that. He's around 28.
Oh, hello. Yeah. Should we do a bonus one?
Yes. You run so good on the golf money bag.
All right, I want to do a football one.
Aaron Rye is a fantastic play.
Should we do? Let's do an NFL one. Come on.
All right.
Fuck it. This isn't
22-1.
Let's do it. You know what? Let's have fun.
Oh.
Well, I made it too big.
Ryan's gonna have all these Super Bowl winners.
Right, we're gonna do $100. $100 Super Bowl winner.
Giants. Ryan, do you want the Giants at 22?
What are the odds? What are the odds I'm giving you?
22.50.
That's it. All right, I love it.
What do we want?
I love it. Bengals.
Eagles.
You want Bengals?
Bengals.
That's your team.
Bengals.
And around it goes.
Or Bills. Bills is always
Fuck
fun.
the Bills. You want the
Ravens. Or Ravens.
Stopping on the New Orleans.
No.
New Orleans Saints.
Kellen Moore in his debut season. Tyler Shuck MVP.
Hold on, I gotta take a screenshot.
$25 on Aaron Rye. $100 on Kellen Moore.
Why would anyone do that?
Why would anyone?
Now that the MyBookie money bag giveth and it taketh away. What is the,
you always do? You run so good at golf. You haven't drawn a bad one yet.
MyBookie, what are their odds to win the division? It's probably 22-1.
All right, hold on. We got one more golf one.
We're chasing live chase.
One more golf one.
Oh, you run so good on it.
You're right. I should have.
I mean, come on.
We'll go large for golf.
Yes.
Wait, no, this is Super Bowl. I almost did another Super Bowl winner. Let's see here. I run good on the golf money bag.
You do.
Let's go. No.
Incredible.
Let's go. Last one. All right.
You pulled John
50
Rahm.
to win. 75. I know that was crazy. Second place. Didn't get paid.
He had a nice sweat.
Didn't get paid a dime.
One more NFL or
So
golf
Scotty
money
Scheffler.
bag?
I haven't seen Scotty's name yet. Have you seen it? I haven't seen
I just saw Soon JM.
No, Amy Bam.
Oh,
Not bad at all. Not bad at all.
He's probably what? 15?
He's less than 55. I'll tell you that right now.
He's a
I mean, that's
popular
what I
guy.
mean. You are positive on both golf plays with your money back, and that's all you could ask for. Saints, not so much. You would have that evens it out, but yeah, take a look at the odds. Take a look at the odds right over there. Go over, do good your PG.
All right, we'll do one more on the golf. One more on the golf.
You gotta go watch.
Now you got up to 100.
Last one.
I saw Scheffler. No whammy.
Oh, come on, give me a third. I always go too many, and I get a P. Oh, geez. Who the fuck's that?
He's a
Matthew
Frenchman. He can play.
Pavon.
No, he can play.
He's good.
Yeah, absolutely.
He looks. His name suggests he's
He's
not.
a Frenchman. He gave a run at the Open. I remember he has a thing or at Augusta where he buried the ashes of his dad or his mom or something like
like
at
Aaron
Augusta.
Jones.
Yeah, he had some weird thing. He could play. I'm not
All
sure.
right.
I'm not sure what his odds are this weekend, but
Got a bunch of fucking golf action
Yeah.
now, and you know, if anyone wants the Saints action from me, I'll sell it. I'll sell it at a discount.
All right.
Pennies on
Slide
the dollar.
into Kramer's DM.
Pennies on
Good
the
time
dollar.
as always. Make sure you subscribe to CJ Sullivan and the Bottom Line Bombs podcast, and of course, as always.
always hours. May the golfers be with
I was
you.
locked in on the my bookie.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean. Second the money green. He's Ryan.
Fade the 3 straight road game, Sean.
Kramer. Let it ride.